The International Criminal Police Organization was founded in 1923 as a multinational crime-fighting force. The first countries to join were Austria, Belgium, China, Egypt, France, Germany, Greece, Hungary, Italy, the Netherlands, Poland, Romania, Sweden, Switzerland, and Yugoslavia. The UK was soon on board, and currently, Interpol's own website says its network spans 190 nations. Its mission, as you probably know, is to prevent crimes and track down criminals all over the world. That could be related to drug trafficking, environmental crimes, organized crime, terrorism, cybercrime, or even just going after a single person who committed a crime and went on the run. These people are sometimes caught decades after the original transgression. Today, we'll see who's presently under Interpol's spotlight in this episode of the Infographic Show, Interpol's Most Wanted Americans in 2018. Number 10. Catherine Marie Kerkow. The FBI tells us that if you have met this woman, she might also have been going under the name of Janice Ann Fort, Odile Ann Pesci, or Odile Pesci. What did she do? She was involved in the hijacking of Western Airlines Flight 701 from LA to Seattle in 1972. She and an accomplice said they had a bomb and demanded $500,000. That's about $3 million in today's money. The pair flew to Algeria and were given political asylum, but soon moved on. Where this former member of the Black Panthers is now is a mystery. This is about as light as it gets from here on out. Number 9. Prakashanand Saraswati. This spiritual leader founded the Radha Madhav Dam, a spiritual organization based in Texas. The organization has no ties whatsoever with the founder now, and that's because in 2011 he was convicted of 20 counts of child molestation. He was given 280 years to serve behind bars, but the writer of 9 books on Hindu ethics was sentenced in absentia when he wasn't there because he seemed to vanish into thin air. It's believed that he was helped by some of his followers to get into Mexico, and from there he traveled on a fake passport to India. Number 8. Frederick Burt. This man is wanted for allegedly taking part in a bombing that happened in 1970 at the campus of the University of Wisconsin. The bombing killed an academic, injured a few more, and caused over $2 million worth of damage. Burt was identified and charged with sabotage, destruction of government property, and conspiracy. It's said he has moved around Canada, but is likely in the USA. If you can help catch the ghost of Wisconsin, you might get a reward of $150,000. Number 7. William Lee Copp. This guy is perhaps well known because he was a Junior Olympics gymnastics coach and a member of the USA Gymnastics Hall of Fame. But he was also caught downloading over 100 videos of acts of child pornography. He had a court appearance to attend in 2006, and he was never seen again. In fact, many people on the most wanted list are charged with very similar crimes, but will include just this one. Number 6. George Edward Wright. Like many others on this list, Mr. Wright is known to have used many aliases. You might even have known him as the Reverend L. Burgess. He was convicted of murder in 1962, but in 1970 he managed to escape from the New Jersey State Prison. To add to his crimes, he and others the same year hijacked a plane which was traveling from Detroit to Miami. Like something from a Hollywood movie, his disguise that day was cleric's clothing and a Bible in his hand. The FBI writes he used a gun concealed in the Bible to confront the aircraft's pilot and crew. The gang flew to Miami, released the passengers, and then took the crew to Boston. There they refueled and flew to Algiers. No one was hurt, and the plane and the ransom they had demanded were returned to the US. Wright is the only one of the hijackers that remains at large. He was caught in Portugal in 2011, but as he had Portuguese citizenship, his extradition to the US was denied. It's believed he's still there, now with his own family. Number 5. Denise Harvey. Harvey is wanted by the police for having a sexual relationship with a 16-year-old boy who played on her son's baseball team. In 2008, the 47-year-old was handed a 30-year prison sentence for her crime, but escaped to Canada, where she was given refugee status. She called her punishment cruel and unusual, and it seems that the Canadian government agreed. In Canada, the age of consent is 16, although it's 18 if the person is in a position of trust. In Florida, it's illegal to have sex with someone 16 or younger if you are over 24 years old. We've included this one only because it's a very controversial case. Now we'll get to people who could be said to have committed much more heinous crimes. Number 4. Santiago Pucho Villalba Mederos. There are many people on the most wanted list that are so-called gangbangers, but we will just include this one. The member, or former member, of the Eastside Locotes Sureno gang is said to have lost it in 2010 when he went on a couple of shooting sprees in Washington. He shot and killed 2 people and injured others. One of the injured persons later told the press he He just comes from behind us and gets in the lane next to us, speeds up to us, gets beside us, and he just started shooting. The thing is, the people in the car were not all related to gang activity. It seems Medeiros just chose the car at random. It's thought that he is now in Mexico. Number 3. Yaser Abdel Said. This controlling father is said to have murdered his 2 daughters, aged 17 and 18, for dishonoring the family by not adhering to Egyptian cultural behavior. It's said he told the 2 girls that he was taking them out to eat, but once they had gone into his car, he shot them in cold blood on New Year's Day 2008. One of the girls died instantly, and the other survived long enough to call 911. Some of her last words were, "Help, my dad shot me, I'm dying, I'm dying." The girls had complained that their father beat them and ruled over the house with an iron fist. One of the girls once texted a friend saying, "He treats me like a whore." He would spy on them, and it's reported that the girls had expressed in emails to friends that they were afraid for their lives. It's thought that the father is likely still in the US and may even still drive a cab. There is a $100,000 reward for anyone who can provide information that leads to his capture. Number 2. Robert William Fisher. This former US Navy veteran, firefighter, and respiratory therapist was for the most part of his life a person that helped save lives. Then, on April 10, 2001, it said he shot his wife in the back of the head and slashed his son and daughter's throats. Things hadn't been going well in the household, and it's reported that his wife was likely going to divorce him. Fisher had said he'd rather kill himself than go through a divorce. It seems he killed his family instead. After the murders, he burned down the house. It's thought he is either in the US or Canada, and he is said to be able to live out in the wild as he has considerable outdoor skills. He is considered armed and extremely dangerous. The FBI has offered a $100,000 reward for information leading to his arrest. And finally, number 1, William Bradford Bishop Jr. This former US government Foreign Service officer is accused of brutally bludgeoning his wife, mother, and 3 kids to death in Maryland on March 1st, 1976. The FBI writes that he is fond of the outdoors and is capable of living in the wild. It also states he was known to read extensively and may have kept a diary or journal. A longtime insomniac, Bishop reportedly had been under psychiatric care in the past and had used medication for depression. He is said to be prone to violent outbursts and so is a dangerous fugitive. The hunted man has possibly been spotted all over Europe, and it's thought if he's not already dead, that's probably where he is now. So, what do you think about this list? Which crime is the worst? Tell us in the comments. Also, be sure to check out our other video, Most Dangerous Computer Viruses in the World. Thanks for watching, and as always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you next time!